before I bring in panelists with a hot topic, because I have added a new benefit to MME besides the mailbag, which I will be getting to. Viewer requested videos. Now I'm going to start off, no matter how ridiculous the talking point in fandom is, that I think it is, how grasping at straws, I'm going to address the hot topic of the day. The hot topic of today is Superman is super woke, and the agenda brought in by James Gunn in Hollywood. I do ask that you viewers in the chat, I am going to be reacting to a short video of another social media influencer. Let's be adults here. If you disagree with this person's take, don't do name calling. Don't get hostile. If you think his opinion is weak, just say that, or there's little evidence for it. That's how I want to do reactions. I'm not going to do a bunch of reactions on the channel, but when it warrants it, I will do it, because there's also a New York Times article that I feel like they're grasping at straws. In my opinion, when you go to basically an accusation with such faulty ground to stand on, I think it's clownish. And I actually think that there's nothing else to criticize. So where we're at with Superman right now, I'm not giving away my Snyder card. I'm still a Zack Snyder fan. I would still like to see a conclusion, but honestly, I'm fatigued about talking about it. And I'm never going to say never. It's never say never in Hollywood or with IP stuff. Things can happen. But I feel like the reason this accusation is going widespread is because there's nothing else to criticize. I really believe that, looking at the trailer. There's nothing else to criticize. You could go on about the suit. You could go on about the quality of it. It is subjective. Some people, it's still not their bag, but the trailer is getting lots of traction right now. The action looks legit. There's little to criticize. I mean, you could reach for stuff, but when I think just like in politics, when you go to people's identity or accusations of woke, I'm just me personally, I'm going to write off your criticisms as low-hanging fruit in trying to gain the social media platform's algorithm by putting woke in your accusation. Because that's all it is to me. You're just trying to get attention, and you have little else to criticize. I think it's a distraction. Toladi, I'm keeping you backstage until I get the hot topic done, but I see you. I thank you for being here. So with that said, now, and there's a reason I'm keeping Toladi out of here, because it's a hot topic. I don't want anyone to... Now, this is a person in the Snyder fandom, and no shade to this social media personality, but he posted on Twitter, on X, so I am going to examine it, and I'm going to respond. This is my response to Superman is super woke. And this is not just one social media person. And shout out to Bruce. Shout out to Bruce. Damn, you told me to do this. You said to do this. I'm doing word salad. Wow. Okay. All right. So here is Mr. Wes Ashley. Mr. Wes Ashley, I will proceed to criticize you now. I hope you have a nice holiday, and I hope you have wonderful things and a great presents from Santa Claus. Okay? So no shade to you, but I think you have little to stand on with this accusation. Little to stand on. So let's listen. Oh, no. I'm not afraid. I will talk to him at any place, anytime. Okay? I know who he is. I've criticized him before. I've apologized to him before, actually. Okay? I'm not trying to start any wars. That's not what I'm about anymore. Oh, geez, hides in the bushes. No wars, please. So I wish the best for him and his family. And I hope he gets to see what he wants as well. Stop it. Okay. He has every right to respond to me. Okay, so here is the accusation. I'm also going to bring up the New York Times article. Okay.
Yo, back for another quick video. Yo, real quick. So we see now it's kind of, if you look on Twitter, like the big trades and the articles.
Yeah, one trade that with the context of Fox News. Fox News has an agenda. I will get it to you, Perp. I want to do this first, and then I'm going to bring in the members to discuss. Because this is what people are talking about right now. Okay.
And now picking up the James Gunn went. What the fuck are you doing, bro? James Gunn went political.
I do respect him for doing a car video too. I want to do more car videos. So James Gunn has gone super woke. I do think I will also reveal James Gunn's agenda. I do think James Gunn has an agenda, but I don't think it's wokeness. I really don't. I think it's success and something else. I think he wants to succeed. I think he has an agenda towards his vision over others. I do think that.
With his Superman movie that we're going to now hashtag super woke.
See, we're now going to hashtag super woke. So I don't want to be afraid. I don't want to be afraid to discuss ideas. That's not anything. I want to be more professional how I push back on ideas. I think that's weak. I think that's just using now one of the strengths of the Snyder fandom, which he does represent. They're not a monolith either. He doesn't represent all Snyder fans. So, is to use hashtags. The easiest low-hanging fruit that you could do with accusations to go towards James Gunn is just put woke on it. Just that, that's across anything. Video games, music, movies right now. Woke is the most overused word in the last few years. And if that is all you have, there's not much there. There's not anything there to me, honestly, because you're talking about Superman. Everything I saw members of the Justice League. I saw Guy Gardner. I saw Hawk Girl. I saw Crypto. I saw Lex Luthor. And I saw Superman being challenged. Nothing in there screams woke to me. It is subjective. It is opinion. But I feel like if there was something to criticize in this trailer, that you wouldn't be hearing super woke. Like that people agreed on. There's still little things you can nitpick, and I'm open to that. But if there was really something very detrimental in this trailer, you would not be hearing super woke at this time, especially with the success and the views of the trailer, which I will give you the proof there in a second. Okay. Let's hear the rest of what he has to say.
But a lot of people are kind of going after James Gunn because he's always been the guy that, try to diss Trump and, make pedo jokes. He's
that was in the past. This is a go-to thing. Again, when I think you resort to this, you have little else. That's my opinion on his opinion. When you resort to these things, you have little else. Yes. When you have this, I don't take you seriously. When someone's going to call Superman super woke, I don't think James Gunn or DC or Zaslav by that matter, who is not super woke at all, is really concerned. I think this accusation is laughable at this point. I think if you're still doing this for everything, also I think it's gotten worse. My mother's texting me. Sorry. That just in. I think criticism has gotten worse with Superman now, and then also Intergalactic, because before it was create your own thing and you create your own game, your own experience, and keep it out of our things. But now you have a new IP, and that now everything's just being attacked with this accusation with no ground to stand on. I know I'm keep repeating here, but let's go.
The wrong guy to give us political commentary or any social commentary about the country's standing right now. He's like the wrong guy. The country is not beat up and battered. It used to be, but
okay.
the
Now
country is
where now
hyped
that's
because
the important part. The where it's so desperate to tie this to a culture war movie. The desperation in this New York Times article is they're using a quote from James Gunn saying it's important at the beginning of this movie that Superman is challenged and he's battered because that's like our country. That is such a mild take on what's going on in the United States. And that's bipartisan, whether you lean left or right. Because as far as I heard, even from conservatives last year before the elections, is that this country's gone to shit. So Superman is the one that's going to bring everyone together. That's my take for it. At the beginning of the movie, he may be battered and broken down and challenged. But what expertly describes what's going on in America is when you get down, you get back up and you try to come together. You try to come together. And that's what Superman represents to me. But I really like no way they're going to try to attach this to wokeness. But yes, they did. Yes, people have. So, if you ask a conservative before this trailer, I think, I'm not saying they speak for all of them. I'm thinking most likely a lot of them would say that this country was not in a great place and both sides were at each other, no matter what side you asked for. But now it's considered a controversial statement. And I think that's ridiculous and weak sauce. I really do. Because based on what people have been saying for the past year during this political campaign, I heard that from both sides. America's not in a great place. That's the most bipartisan statement about this country I've ever heard. All right.
Trump is back and we all doing the little Trump dance. Most people are happy about that. But what it shows is Hollywood, once again, Hollywood propaganda. We should know now Hollywood propaganda, how it works. They are like Hollywood elitists. They don't like middle America. They don't like.
Okay. They dislike you. I don't even need to watch the whole thing. Thank you, Mr. Wes Ashley. My response to you is it's more of an accusation. I feel like if there was something else to criticize in the trailer, you wouldn't be saying super woke. And that is the most milquetoast social commentary ever, that America was not in a great place. Look at the last few years of politics. Everyone knows politics have changed. Democrats, Republicans, independents, everyone knows politics is hostile. And if you ask for your next president to comment on America, he would say that it's battered down too. And that was his campaign slogan to get back in. So that is where I'm going to respond. And now I'm going to start to bring people in. And I'll also bring up the New York Times article. And let's have some fun on Member Stream. Again, if we talk about other social media personalities, keep it respectful. Don't attack the person. Criticize the argument, please.